Do you think losing your memory is just a part of getting older? I used to think so too, until I discovered a technique that takes just 1 minute and has done something incredible. Older people who used to forget everything now think more clearly than many young adults in their 30s. I'm Dr. Juan Martinez, a neurologist with over 30 years of experience helping older adults keep their minds active, agile, and focused no matter their age. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why you went there, or gotten stuck trying to remember the name of someone famous? Do you feel like the words are right there in your mind, but you just can't get them out? Believe me, you're not alone. I hear these kinds of stories every day in my practice. For years, I thought these moments of forgetfulness were just a natural part of aging, until I started to notice something different. I met people in their 70s, 80s, and even 90s who not only had excellent memory, but also spoke with confidence, walked with a steady stride, and recalled childhood stories as if they were living them in the present. And no, they weren't taking miracle drugs or following expensive therapies. The secret was in a brief routine, a series of simple movements that stimulate parts of the brain we often leave inactive. Anyone can do them while sitting in a chair, without needing equipment or physical effort. In this video, I'll show you how to activate these brain areas with just 5 simple exercises. This practice strengthens memory, improves concentration, balances your mind, and restores mental clarity. And if you stay until the end, you'll learn how to combine them into one effective sequence that takes just 1 minute a day. Yes, 60 seconds that can make all the difference and give you back the mental sharpness you thought was lost. The reality of mental decline. Many people believe that memory deterioration happens suddenly, as if one day they wake up unable to remember names, dates, or simple tasks. But in reality, mental decline is a slow, silent process that's often unnoticeable until it becomes obvious. It all starts with small things. Not being able to find a word, forgetting why you entered a room, or struggling to keep a conversation going without losing your train of thought. Sometimes we blame it on stress, fatigue, or lack of sleep. But the truth is, your brain is asking for help, and the sooner you listen, the easier it is to recover. Over time, if you don't stimulate it correctly, certain areas of the brain start to gradually disconnect. For example, the hippocampus, which is vital for memory, slows down its activity, while the cerebellum, responsible for balance and coordination, loses its efficiency. Additionally, cerebral blood flow gradually decreases. It's like a plant that stops being watered. It doesn't die immediately, but slowly withers from the inside out. The good news is that just as a plant can bloom again with proper watering, our brain also has the ability to reactivate. It just needs a specific and consistent stimulus. It's not about long sessions or complicated exercises, but about dedicating just 1 minute a day to simple movements. Exercise 1. Wiggling your toes. The first exercise is wiggling your toes. While it might seem odd to start there when talking about improving memory, this movement is based on a solid neurological foundation. Your toes are directly connected to the cerebellum, which not only controls balance and coordination, but also influences cognitive functions like attention. By consciously moving them, you activate neural connections that have often been dormant for years, as if flipping a forgotten switch. The benefits of this simple exercise have been proven scientifically and in real-life cases. For example, Mr. Ramon Garcia, a 75-year-old man from Madrid, came to me with problems walking without losing his balance, avoiding going out alone for fear of falling. His leg strength was fine, but his brain had lost its connection with his body. I recommended a basic exercise, wiggling his toes for 1 minute a day. At first, he was skeptical, asking if it would really improve his memory, but he decided to give it a try. The routine is simple. Sitting comfortably, you simultaneously lift the toes of both feet and hold them up for 5 seconds. Then, you lower them and press firmly against the floor for 5 seconds. Next, you massage the floor with the tips of your toes for 10 seconds. Finally, you open and close your toes for an additional 10 seconds. This totals 30 seconds, and by repeating it twice, you complete the recommended minute. After 2.5 weeks, Mr. Ramon came back and told me he was now walking with more confidence, and without needing to hold on to things as much. The most surprising thing for him was that he felt his mind was clearer, as if a new light had come on inside. A study at the University of Tokyo confirmed this experience, showing that older people who did this exercise for 3 weeks significantly improved their balance, coordination, and memory compared to those who didn't. This movement is simple but powerful. You don't need to go to the gym, wear special clothes, or put in a lot of physical effort. Just a minute or two, and your feet can be the starting point for reactivating your mind. Sometimes, the key to regaining mental agility starts from the ground up. Exercise 2. Gentle neck movements. The second exercise is fundamental because it addresses a common but overlooked problem: poor circulation to the brain. When blood doesn't flow correctly, the oxygen and nutrients the brain needs don't arrive in sufficient quantities. This causes a slowing of mental functions, a feeling of confusion, and reduced alertness. Few people know that the neck acts as a vital bridge between the body and the brain. When this area becomes tense or stiff due to stress, poor posture, or lack of movement, blood flow is restricted, as if a hose were kinked and water couldn't flow normally. This exercise is designed to release that tension and improve blood circulation. To do it, sit up straight with your shoulders relaxed. Slowly turn your head to the right to a comfortable position. Without forcing it, return to the center and repeat the movement to the left. Then, look up as if you want to see the sky. Hold the position for a few seconds, then gently lower your head, bringing your chin toward your chest. Doing these movements calmly and with attention takes only about 30 seconds. If you do them twice a day, you'll dedicate a full minute to improving cerebral circulation. The benefits are quick and noticeable: increased mental clarity, a feeling of lightness, and a better ability to think and remember. Although this action seems simple, doing it consciously transforms it into a powerful tool to unblock and revitalize your mind. Exercise 3. Conscious tongue movement. The third exercise involves a conscious tongue movement that may seem unusual at first, but its results are backed by science and clinical practice. Moving the tongue in a specific way activates parts of the brain related to language, verbal memory, and mental agility. The tongue contains many nerve endings directly connected to the brain. Thus, each conscious movement sends intense signals to the areas that control speech, comprehension, and memory, acting like a massage that wakes up dormant parts of the brain. For this exercise, sit up straight with your mouth slightly open, stick your tongue out as far as possible, and hold the position for a few seconds. Then, move it to your right cheek and then to your left. Next, press your tongue against the roof of your mouth, alternating tension and relaxation for a few seconds. Finally, rotate your tongue in a circle inside your mouth, first in one direction, then the other. This whole process takes about 30 seconds, and if you repeat it twice, it completes a minute. This movement is particularly beneficial for those who struggle to find the right words when speaking, forget names or important details, or have clear ideas but can't express them well. It's not a magic technique, but a basic neurostimulation exercise that improves articulation, mental fluidity, and memory recall. And the best part is that you can do it anywhere, at any time. You don't need any special equipment, just your attention and the will to activate your mind. Exercise 4. Ear massage. The fourth exercise is an ear massage, a practice that might seem unusual at first, but has profound benefits. Few people know that ears aren't just for hearing. Inside is one of the most important systems for maintaining the body's balance, orientation, and alertness. In addition, the ears are directly connected to a central brain region called the brainstem, which regulates both our physical and mental stability. When this area is properly stimulated, the results are noticeable: improved coordination, reduced dizziness, enhanced hearing acuity, and, most interestingly, mental clarity. Often, clumsiness while walking or mental fatigue come from a disconnection in this area, and the solution can be as simple as a gentle ear massage. For this exercise, sit down relaxed and hold both of your ears with your hands. Gently pull them upward and hold the pressure for a few seconds. Then, repeat the movement to the sides, also gently, and then downward. To finish, massage your ears with small circular movements, as if you were drawing circles around them with your fingers. This simple action activates the balance receptors, improves local circulation, and provides an immediate feeling of relief. In just 30 seconds, you'll feel your ears warm up, your face relax, and your mind start to clear. Repeating it twice a day reinforces its effects. This is neither a mystical nor an improvised practice. Medical studies have confirmed that this technique significantly improves the function of the vestibular system and auditory processing, two key elements in preventing falls, sensory loss, and mental confusion in older people. If you've ever felt a loss of balance when getting up, walk unsteadily, or need to lean on something to feel safe, this exercise is perfect for you. But even without obvious symptoms, doing it preventively strengthens the communication between your body and your brain. Exercise 5. The integrated 1-minute routine. The fifth and final exercise is the integrated routine that combines all the previous movements into a single, simple, practical, and highly effective sequence that takes exactly 1 minute a day. This combination works like an orchestra. The musicians may be excellent individually, but when they play together, the music is transformed. The same goes for the brain. By activating several areas at once, you strengthen their connection. Circulation improves, and the mind becomes completely clear. I want to share the case of Mrs. Carmen Lopez, an 80-year-old woman from Seville. At her first visit, her memory was very deteriorated. She spoke slowly, stumbled when she walked, struggled to find her words, and her neck barely moved. She had all these symptoms at once. With some skepticism, she asked me, "Doctor, do I really have to do all this? It sounds complicated." I understood completely. 5 different exercises can seem overwhelming. But when I showed her that she could do them all together in just 1 minute, sitting down and without effort, her expression changed and she began to feel hopeful. Although she had doubts at first, she decided to give it a try. I guided her step by step through the routine. Sitting down, she started by moving her toes up and down, while gently turning her neck from side to side. Then, she opened and closed her toes while tilting her neck up and down. Next, she stuck out her tongue while gently stretching her ears upward. She moved her tongue to the right and then to the left while stretching her ears sideways. She pressed her tongue against the roof of her mouth while gently pulling her ears downward. And finally, she rotated her tongue in circles inside her mouth while massaging her ears with circular movements. She did all of this calmly, without rushing, and spending just 1 minute. After 3 weeks, she returned to the consultation. She came in walking with confidence, speaking clearly, and with a smile she didn't have before. She told me, "Doctor, you're not going to believe this. Yesterday I recalled the phone number of a friend I hadn't seen in 20 years. That's the power of stimulating the entire brain at once. Because when it's fully activated, the body responds. Memory becomes clear, and life becomes clearer. 3 secrets to enhance your results. Now that you know the 5 exercises and how to combine them into a 1-minute routine, I want to share 3 secrets to further accelerate and strengthen the results. The first is very simple. Drink a glass of water before you start. You might not have known this, but our brain is 80% water. Staying well hydrated improves neural connections, facilitates circulation, and multiplies the benefits of the exercises. A simple glass of water a few minutes beforehand can make the difference between a slight improvement and a significant one. The second secret is to breathe deeply during the routine. Inhale calmly through your nose and exhale slowly through your mouth. This type of breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, reduces anxiety, and increases the amount of oxygen that reaches the brain. Not only does it relax you, but it also turns on brain areas that were turned off, like opening a window to let in fresh air. The third tip is to do the routine with soft music you enjoy. This could be a relaxing piano piece, a calm guitar melody, or nature sounds. Music stimulates the areas of the brain associated with pleasure, motivation, and memory. Practicing these exercises in a pleasant environment transforms this minute into a moment of complete well-being. 3. Mistakes to avoid. Just as important as knowing what to do is knowing what to avoid. There are 3 common mistakes that can hinder your progress, even if you don't realize it. The first is doing the exercises too quickly, as if they were just a simple task to get done. It's important to remember that the brain needs calm. If you rush, the benefits will decrease and you might even feel dizzy. The second mistake is forcing your body until you feel pain. That's not necessary. These movements don't require intense effort. If you feel discomfort, stop, listen to your body, and treat it with care. The third mistake is a lack of consistency. Many people do the exercises once, see a slight improvement, and then forget about them. However, the brain responds to repetition. Doing these movements every day, even for just 1 minute, generates cumulative changes that strengthen memory, clarify the mind, and restore physical balance. Conclusion. Today, you've learned a simple, powerful, and accessible routine for anyone, regardless of age. 5 movements that activate fundamental parts of the brain. Your toes to improve balance, your neck to stimulate circulation, your tongue to help with language and memory, your ears to increase concentration and stability, and finally, the integrated sequence that brings it all together and amplifies the effects. Perhaps during the exercises, you felt a unique sensation, a tingling in your feet, a slight relief in your neck, a spark of mental clarity. This is no coincidence. It's your body responding, your brain saying, "I'm here, I can still do this. Why not? It's not too late." It doesn't matter if you're 60, 70, or older, your mind is still alive and your brain can still renew itself. You just have to decide to give it a chance. 1 minute a day is enough. You don't need expensive medications, complicated routines, or false promises. Just 2 things: the desire to start and the discipline to continue. If you've made it this far, you already have something very valuable. And if you decide to put this into practice, I guarantee that in a few weeks you'll notice the difference. Not just you, but also those around you will see your renewed energy, your confidence, and the way you speak and walk. They'll see a renewed version of you. If this information has been useful to you, please share it with those who need it. That friend who feels mentally exhausted, that sister who always forgets where she put her keys. Because everyone deserves to age with clarity and dignity. And if you start today, come back in 3 weeks and tell me how it went. I would love to read in the comments what has changed for you, because your experience can be hope for someone else. Thank you for being here, for dedicating these minutes to yourself, and remember, your brain never gives up.